Hey Jim, I thought I'd do a video update and a video scope before I get it committed to the paper. We're going to improve your loading guides. We're going to move them into where they actually do something for you on the trailer. We're going to paint the trailer. Color is going to be we're going to take a photograph and Photoshop the color and pick a color for you, or help you pick a color. I'm kind of thinking about maybe the red of your interior. At any rate, or stay with the black. Also, I'm going to send you a link for wheels. We use Pacer wheels a lot, but we've got lots of brands that we can get. We're going to cut down the goalposts and put the winch down to where you have a straighter pull on your lifting ring. And then we're going to repair or replace either repair this brake actuator or replace it. And let's see, target bunks on the trailer. Alright, we have the engine out and we have the generator and starter off. Generator goes here, starter goes here. We had a casualty. These are aluminum pulleys. Originally, this one's been replaced. These were originally cast iron, and this is a real light cast aluminum, so I'll be able to get you that. The engine color is off slightly, and so I will point out a few things that were done right and a few things that were done wrong. Believe it or not, these copper lines did get painted, including also the hoses got painted. That's where the factory did it. So this guy did that portion of it right. The color's just off. It's more of a powder blue than a Chris-Craft blue. We have, this is the, also for your own information, this is the oil cooler. It comes off the water pump. This is a gear style water pump. There are two gears. One's driven, one runs in opposition to that, and this is a grease cup, which, because it's jammed on here, my guess is it's not been used for grease in a while. The idea is the owner would turn this with every a quarter turn or an eighth of a turn or quarter turn with every operation of the boat. This is where your tack cable connected. Transmission runs in engine oil. It's really a clutch for forward and a planetary gear for reverse. We're going to be we're going to be removing the carburetor in order to be able to get to the valves, to adjust the valves. So we'll have a new carburetor gasket coming here, and also valve cover gaskets for the valve covers up in here, and a tune-up kit, points, plugs, and condensers for your tune-up kit. And then these are incorrect. We will just heat shrink over these, and that will look correct, and no one will be checking that, taking it apart to check it. So that's the. Before I signed you up for repainting the engine, I thought, well, gee, that's a couple of day period of time, but part of it is, part of it is the removal of the engine and replacement of the engine. So we probably have a day incremental, and we'd be adding a day to the project. We can complete this portion along with, in parallel with the others, so we're not adding to the overall timeline, we're just adding to the cost to get this thing correct. Bilge paint, I'm pretty sure that I actually have the right color bilge paint in stock. I had looked at just a very small area of the bilge paint initially, and it had kind of a pinkish color right down there in the center, and I thought, boy, that's a Century color right there. That's not a Chris-Craft color. But in retrospect, looking at the sides, I believe I have the exact color that you need in stock. So we can proceed with that. You'll also notice, let me go to the other side, the fuel line, a couple problems. The fuel shutoff valve is not providing a fuel shutoff on the tank. It's not providing positive shutoff. Then we have a copper fuel line, and with no barbs or anything, we have some questionable quality fuel hose here. Then we go back to the copper line. See that? upholstery tab right there. That's some of your original upholstery scraps. If we ever wanted to make sure we were original, we just check them against that. And then we have back to some questionable hose, and so I recommend that we replace, for safety reasons, we would replace the entire line with U.S. Coast Guard approved fuel hose. And usually in a show you do not get marked off for things that you do for safety. If we want to stay original, I'd replace this with a new copper line and get rid of the hose connections. So I'll leave that up to you, but I think replacement's not really, whether or not we replace is not really the question. It's what would you like us to replace with? Okay, generator and starter, if I didn't already mention, are already boxed up and ready to go to the rebuilder. And of course, covering the scope, we're going to remove the Edna Joe and redo that. So we will also remove the Chris Craft decals, and you'll have a new registration number. So all that will be removed before we varnish, and we'll do the trailer work in parallel with the varnish work in parallel with the engine work. Okay, I think I've covered everything in the scope. We're working already on the seating pad for here, and we came up with an idea for storage. Underneath here, we think we can do I told you about the cargo nets. We can do a removable mesh. It's a very tight mesh. As a matter of fact, it's used for screens on houseboat enclosures. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier when you were here, but we will do that. In the varnish room, let me show you just another issue. Not a big deal, just a deal. We have your stainless laid out in here right now, and we're getting ready to box it up. But part of your stainless has 8-inch hole spacing. Let's see if I can find my finger. 8-inch hole spacing from here to here. Part of it has 6-inch hole spacing. I'm pretty sure that the 6-inch hole spacing was original to Chris Craft, and the 8-inch was a Century spacing. But I need to check that. But my thought is that you could possibly get gigged in a show, a judged show. You could get gigged for that. One of these sets is wrong, and you could get gigged for whichever of those is the wrong set. So and these aren't cheap. So then again, it may not be caught at all. But anyway, so I just wanted to just raise that flag, because if your desire is to get exactly original, there are a few things like the engine paint that we would need to do. So like I mentioned on the mesh, we would make that removable so that if you're going to a show, you could remove that, or you could convince the judge that it is removable, and therefore he shouldn't mark off for it. All right, thank you very much.